Hello everyone and welcome to week 46. So that means there are 6 weeks left. Every time I finish another week, I breathe a sigh of relief because I'm like, we found 7 more sets to add to the display. And I'm so excited to see how it finally turns out here at the end. So I'll go ahead and show you the 7 new sets I added this week. All right, here we go. We'll go ahead and get started with Castle as usual. So coming down all the way to the end here, I got to add a new castle boat, which was pretty exciting. And that one is right here, the King's Oarsman. I love the way they did the sails for this using just like little white flags. I think that was a really cool idea. That one was a pretty easy one to part together, which was awesome. So I'm glad to have another little Lego castle boat in my collection. Next up in Western and Adventurers, I actually added a studio set, but it looks like a desert adventurer set. Almost forgot where I put it, but it's here, kind of right in the middle of this whole section. So right there, it's called Temple of Gloom, and it's the little Johnny Thunder set right there, along with, we got like a camera guy and his camera. So if you watch the daily video, you can see how the floor will fall out from under Johnny Thunder if you pull on that little piece at the bottom in the front. Pretty cool feature, so worth checking out. That was, I feel like, a pretty common one back in the day. Coming on down to Pirates, I did promise you all there would be a Pirates set, so I did add one more. I'm gonna try for one more by the end of the year. I'm not sure if that will happen or not. But right here, I got another Islander set, which is King Kahuka's Throne, which I actually thought the set directly next to it was called that, but I think it's just called King Kahuka. But it's this 16 by 16 base plate with the little red boat with the sail in front of it. So I do now officially have 3 Islander sets. They're so hard to get and pretty expensive, but I worked for months parting that one together, and the heads were the hardest part to get, but I finally got those and was able to complete it. So if I don't get to add anything else to Pirates, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Hopefully be able to rearrange enough to get one more pirate set in. All right, next up we have Space. And here in the front, I added this little M-Tron set, Beacon Tracer. I actually had the logo piece from childhood. Some point when I was probably in elementary school, I got that at a yard sale. Was finally able to part together the rest of the set, so very happy to have another M-Tron set in the display and another M-Tron set in my collection. Space always looks so cool. All right, coming down to Aquazone and Alpha Team now. I added another Alpha Team set. So right here on this little underwater hill, we have that skull that's attached to the seaweed, and then the little guy next to him, which is a really cool looking robot guy. And that's called Deep Sea Robot Diver. Actually, I think it was called like Alpha Team Deep Sea Robot Diver or something. It had a super long name. I'm like, there's more words in the name than there are pieces in this set, but it is a great little set and it goes well with this other Alpha Team set. So now I have 2 from that half. The other 3 are more of the evil Ogle side. So a little more balanced with the number of good versus evil Alpha Team sets. I don't believe we had anything in Island Extreme Stunts Paradisa this week. So we'll come on down to Classic Town to finish it up. Really excited, actually for both of these sets, but especially the little shell station I was able to add. So right here, super fun shell station. I've never had a shell station before. That one was relatively easy to part together. So now I have an actual gas station. Before this, I just had this little guy and then the gas pumps that go with the big rig truck stop. So now I have like a dedicated gas station, which is pretty fun. And then finally, I added a studio set, and I like the way this turned out. I had this set, like a movie set, Spider-Man themed studio set. So I added, this is called Director's Copter. So he's just recording the scene that's happening, which I think is pretty fun. So it makes that feel a little more complete there instead of just looking like the Green Goblin is about to attack Classic Town. Now you can tell that it's actually a movie set. So again, very happy with the way that ended up turning out. So I believe those are the 7 sets for this week. I'll go ahead and turn on the monorails and the train, and then we'll take another lap around with the black lights at the end. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.